Hi guys, I'm here to do my monthly wrap-up for March. This month I read 7 books, 3 of which were audiobooks, one of which I kind of skimmed through, but I'm going to tell you about it anyways. The audiobooks, I'll get to them first, were Catching Fire and Mockingjay. I finally got around to finishing the Hunger Games series. I read the first book long before the movies came out, but it took me forever to get around to reading the last 2 because I liked the first one as a standalone novel so much that I kind of didn't want to read the other 2 and ruin it for myself, and honestly, I didn't really care for Catching Fire, Mockingjay. They're alright, but The Hunger Games is still my favorite in the series. The other audiobook I listened to was Fairy Tales and Nightmares by Melissa Marr, and it's a collection of modern retellings of classic fairy tales. Didn't really like this one either. I kind of found myself skipping ahead in it. Some of them the stories were okay, other ones just bored me to tears, and the narrator's voice was just obnoxious at times. So I wouldn't really recommend that one. As for the actual books I read this month, well, physical copies, they are The Little Prince. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. I know I'm Canadian and I'm supposed to be able to speak French, but Antoine de Saint, the last part of his name's, I have no idea. But I never read this one as a child. Everyone else seemed to, and I never got a chance to. I really enjoyed it, though. I think it works well as a novel it's an enjoyable read for anybody at any age. The next book I read was The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Spiegel. Loved this one. I'm going to do a review for it. I'll post it shortly. I already have it filmed. I just have to edit it. It's fantastic. If you love fantasy or fairy tales, anybody who loved The Princess Bride, I think, will really enjoy this one. And then I kind of fell into a reading slump. I started a few things. I couldn't really get into them. So whenever that happens, I usually go back and reread a novel that I've read in the past that I really enjoyed. And for me, my favorite novel as a child was Robin Hood and His Merry Men, so I decided to give that a reread. Loved it, still love it. Robin Hood is my favorite folktale. And then I saw Ariel Bissett's video on the rereading of Jane Austen novels. And I thought this summer I wanted to get around to rereading her novels, so why not start now and read along with everybody else? So I read Northanger Abbey. I love this copy. It's really pretty. Hardbound edition. Yeah, that's what the inside covers look like. I always remember Northanger Abbey as the one about books, because the main character, Catherine, is just obsessed with reading Gothic novels. My dog is all up in my camera. Anyways, is obsessed with Gothic novels, and I really kind of liked. It's nice to read books about readers. Yeah, that's it for my books for March. I think I'm gonna do at the end of these wrap-up videos my other favorite things that I've come across that month that I really enjoyed. And my favorite movie I watched this month was Sucker Punch. Loved it. I've wanted to see it for a long time, but it took them forever to add it to the Canadian Netflix. And I was so excited when they did, and it did not disappoint me. I think it's one of those cult classic films. A lot of people hate it, its review and rating on Rotten Tomatoes is pretty horrible. But I loved it. I think it's beautifully filmed. Love the costumes. Love the soundtrack. I think if you're into sort of graphic novel movies like Sin City or The Watchmen, you'd really enjoy this. I loved it. For TV shows, I watched The Guild, which started off as a web series, I believe, and they've kind of compiled it into hour-and-a-half long episodes. Stars Felicia Day from YouTube fame. It's awesome. It's about a bunch of gamers and their adventures in the real world. And I think, I'm not a gamer myself. I can't play anything that came out after Super Nintendo. But I think anybody who's really into just online, just computers, anything like that, will really enjoy it. And then I have a few beauty favorites. I'm going to have a beauty guru moment, if you'll indulge me. I bought this nail polish. This bright, bright orange. I love it. And I got this matching mustard, which is really nice. And then this lipstick that I'm wearing, it's the Kate Moss Rimmel line. I have this in 3 different colors. I find the red ones kind of fade a bit. This one's, they don't have names. It's 110. It's a really pretty coral color. And I actually find it stays on a lot better than the other 3 colors, or 2 colors that I have. That's it for me for March. Thanks for watching. Bye!